So the most important thing for you, Luce, when you get on is to get plugged in.
Okay.
You can only plug in if you're on a horse that is relaxed and obedient and safe. So we knew that from the moment you got on. She felt relaxed and obedient. You took a little walk. So you can work on plugging in at the walk with some exercises, and I'll talk you through them, and you can do them while you're walking, but you'll do them still so I can catch them on the video, are shrugging your shoulders, good, turning your head to the right and the left, good, and then riding where you're tucking your belly in and you're leaning back almost like you're in a recliner, and you're trying to hold on to things in your pockets, if you will. Now lean back even a little bit further, as long as that doesn't hurt your hips, and lean back one more bit there. So just so you can kind of feel how you're behind your sit bones now, right? And now just kind of come back up with your upper body. There you go. And your sit bones will feel, did you feel that little minor move you did there with your pelvis? That's just kind of double plugging in, which isn't bad at all. And with your hip, you're gonna have to sort of find where it's most comfortable. And I'm gonna take a swing around behind so we can look to see if your hips are equally plugged in. And because you have cute pockets on the back, you can really see that you are equally plugged in on your hips. Okay? Yeah, there you go. Super. So now let's go into those two exercises we covered yesterday with you doing the stretching. And the first one was about bringing your knees up. And you can do them both or one at a time, even higher over the saddle. Good, and leaning forward a little bit and stretching through your hamstrings and through the muscles in your, so lean forward just a little bit more, reach up on the mane, there, and even more, there, good, and then kind of sit back up. Now let your legs hang down without the stirrups to stretch across the front of your legs, and now you'll lean back a little bit and you'll feel a big stretch across those front muscles on your thighs. Good, now come back out of that and bring your knees up to bring release. And you can do this one at a time or you can do them two at a time.
Okay.
Good, but it's real important for you to stretch out the top of those muscles that go into your hip flexors.
Okay. And
then come back up and then relieve them by bringing your knee up. Good. And then just put your knee over the thigh roll. That's it. So you really get a relaxation. If she's at all nervous or you feel not comfortable, do one at a time.
Okay.
That way you've got one foot in the stirrup in case something happens.
Okay.
So the second part of this exercise is to take your leg off the knee roll and let it hang and almost try to push your knee back. So that's another way. So move your knee back. That's it. Good, you really feel that stretch?
Yeah.
Good, now return the knee over the thigh roll. Good, to give it a rest. Perfect, so that's exercise one, stretching out the top of the thigh muscles.
Wow, this one's even tighter.
Okay, then spend a little time on that one. Good, and you don't want to overstretch it, but you just want to add the stretch and then go to the relaxation position.
Okay. I'm gonna do it one more time.
Yep. Listen to your body.
It's amazing how much tighter my right one is. But then again, it's not a fake hip.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
It's an older hip.
So
yes,
because of our pre-ride checklist, we can prepare our horse for riding. But then we need to prepare for riding.
Yeah.
And you may get in the habit, you might want to do some stretches on the ground or on a mounting block. You can kind of do some. At this point in my life, have to do a lot of stretching before I get on. If I get on and I haven't stretched, my body will scream at me and I have to do a lot of what you're doing.
Have to do a lot. Okay.
And as you get more comfortable doing them, you can start to try them at the walk.
Okay.
And when I do these exercises at the walk, I always keep one foot in the stirrup.
Okay.
And then I just kind of read my horse. If my horse is looking a little bothered, I do less. And if my horse is looking comfortable, I do more.
You do more. Okay.
Yeah. Great. So exercise number 2 is with our feet in the stirrups. It's called Finding Our Balance Seat exercise. All right. So do you remember this one from yesterday? We're going to stand up and stand on our tippy toes so that we're straight as an arrow. Good. Up on the toes, the heel comes up. Perfect. Now we're going to fold into our saddle. Ankles will flex first, Knees will second, and then our hips will fold into the saddle. Very good. And let's repeat that again. Up. And ideally, that's it. Good stretch. Now ankles. Good. Knees. Good. And then just sitting, folding right into the saddle. Great. So that's exercise 2. That helps elongate your whole body. And the goal is you're trying to get everything up, and then you're trying to stack. So be careful that when you stand up, you're not totally over the front of the saddle.
Okay.
See if you can try this exercise again, keeping your feet back a little bit.
Do you think that I need to lower the stirrups just one
No.
hole? No. Okay.
At this point, no.
Okay.
So see if you can, instead of going over the front of the saddle,
just up
push
like
down with
this?
your hands. Yes. And now go ankles, knees, hips. There you
That's
go.
better. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
puts me in
So,
a better feeling
yeah, when you
position,
stand
too.
up, if you get over the front of the saddle, you can't go down. So if
Yeah.
anything, sometimes I push on the front of the saddle and get myself back here while I'm standing, then I can collapse and I end
Yeah.
up in the saddle.
Okay.
So try that with your palms on the front of the saddle, pushing down. Good. Now push yourself,
Sorry, with the dressage.
yeah, with the whip, it's good. Put your palms on of your hands. Good. That's better. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Good. Ankles, knees, hips. Better.
That's better.
Yep.
Oh.
And so sometimes even, now I'm getting kind of close in here, you can get your foot kind of there. Can you stand up from there? Push yourself up. That's it. Good. And now sit. There. Good.
Yeah, that's nice.
So you can just kind of play with that a little bit, because we
Okay.
are looking for that traditional straight line between your ear, your shoulder, your hip, and your heel. Good. All right. So those are the 2 exercises that I think will help you. Once your horse is ready to ride, then you want to make sure you're ready to ride and plugged
Okay.
in. Then the next step would be to go to your first exercise, and if that's long and forward or if that's bending, you know, those will change daily.
Okay.
Great.